Hey guys, it's Greg with By the Bootstraps, b2bootstraps.com. Wanted to make a quick video about the women's U.S. soccer team that just won the, I guess it's the Women's World Cup. A couple things happened during this tournament that really caught my attention. One of it is the acts of display of personal aptitude between the players and that of the administration. Some of the disrespect that these guys, or ladies, have shown to the administration. Probably one thing though that got me probably the most was when they won the tournament and how they threw the American flag on the ground. Thankfully, one of the players came around and picked it back up and showed some respect to the flag. But it was very disheartening to see that the lack of respect of what that flag represents, what it stands for, the sacrifices that have come from it. I don't care who's in office. I don't care if it's your party affiliation or whatever. When the President of the United States makes an offer for you guys, any sports team, to go to the White House, out of decorum and respect of the office, you go. It doesn't matter if it's someone you agree with, doesn't matter if it's someone you don't agree with. It's just the right thing to do is to go see the Commander-in-Chief, the leader of the free world per se, and show the office the level of respect that it deserves. Not so much the person. One of the star players came out there and said, "I'm not going to the effing White House." That's the people's house, guys. That's the people we put in, duly elected. I mean, the large majority of people went out and voted for this individual. It's just the proper thing to do. Think back in the 1980s, or 1980 actually, when the hockey team beat the Soviets, in the Olympics, and just how at that time everyone had this overwhelming sense of patriotism of what we accomplished. Even though it's just a sport, all right, and the big picture is inconsequential. It's just a sport, but yet they were so filled with patriotic pride and pride of country, and their uniforms just screamed the American flag. I mean, it was all USA all the way. Then you think about the 1990s and the Summer Olympics with the men's basketball team, the Dream Team with Michael Jordan and those guys. Again, so much pride in nation. Sitting there with the flag draped around them when they won, and just being, so patriotic and having that, USA pride completely. And then you have these guys, or ladies actually, and it's just they don't care. If you don't want to show pride in your country, which gives you the opportunity to play a game, then why play for that country? If you don't want to take in what they've given you and the liberties and the freedom that they've given you, then why? Why? And then after they win, they're saying that they want to make this, and they want to turn it into an SJW. Equal pay rights kind of thing. Which, I mean, first of all, I think I saw that the players are making about $110,000 for doing this, which is pretty darn good money considering you're playing a game. And I know someone will say, "Well, that's not fair. It's not equal pay." Yeah, but does that sport in that capacity bring in as much revenue as if it were the World Cup, the Men's World Cup? I know that no one wants to discuss that. No one wants to admit that. They don't want to think about it, but it matters. If you're not bringing in as much, if you're not bringing in as much money, and you're not bringing as much revenue, and you're not bringing as much audience to kind of fill those seats and advertisements and stuff like that, can you justify paying more? It's kind of like the WNBA. I'm not saying they're not gifted athletes. They're all very gifted athletes, and they're all quite good. And yes, I think there should be a conversation of like what pay is, what pay scale structure is going to reflect their abilities. But if the market's not there to justify it, no matter how good you are, it's just not going to be there. I mean, ping pong. There are some amazing ping pong players out there. Amazing. But does it bring in the revenue to justify paying a professional ping pong player $2 million a year? Maybe in some countries, some of the Asian countries possibly. In America, no, probably not. I mean, chess players, know, chess is a fun game, very strategic. Does it bring in the revenue to justify paying a chess master $4 million a year? 200,000 a year? I don't know. I mean, I would assume not, because when's the last time you sat down and watched a riveting game of chess? Yeah, me neither. That's my point. You know, granted, they'll probably get to a point where the soccer will get to a point to where it's making as much, or possibly as much as, you know, say football or baseball or something like that. But we're a long ways from that. You know, outside, you know, in the U.S., soccer is just not that large in comparison to the rest of the world. So we might catch up to that. We might not. Who knows? It's hard to say. You know, so you know, it's good that these people, these ladies won, but you know, show a little bit of pride of country. You know, show some decorum and a little bit of respect for, you know, for what you stand for. Anyway, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you guys later.